Yes, I know. The EFF released a statement, they released a message, they released a letter to Panyaza. I know. But most people are already misquoting the EFF. They are saying the EFF hates Panyaza, the EFF doesn't like Panyaza. That's not what the statement was saying. I read the statement, so stop lying. Yes, the statement was criticizing, but the statement was also uploading. On the side of uploading and praising, they were saying they are proud that Panyaza didn't allow the DA, didn't allow white people to bully him around. Panyaza didn't allow his leadership role to be humiliated and disrespected. He stood his ground. So they were saying they are proud that Panyaza did a brave thing. He made a brave choice, even though they know that within the ANC structures of governance and top management, some people won't be happy that Panyaza didn't allow the DA to forcefully put themselves in his cabinet and dictate terms to him. So they were saying they're proud that Panyaza stood his ground and they are proud of his leadership. His leadership is a great leadership. But on the side of criticizing, let's start with the t-shirt. They are saying they feel like Panyaza wearing that t-shirt don't kill Chris Hani again. It's disingenuous and it's just trying to forcefully attract opposition parties to like him. That's what they're saying, So they're saying that they don't think it was genuine for him to wear that t-shirt. They think he wanted sympathy and him rejecting the DA. He wanted black people to defend him and stick by him for him to wear that. I don't know if that is true or not, but shout out to Panyaza, don't kill Chris Hani again. But the big point, the big criticism Panyaza got, and most people are not paying attention to that criticism. They just want to say, Chris Hani, Panyaza is disingenuous. Okay, it's fine. But the EFF, Julius Malema and the leadership of the EFF, they were criticizing the cabinet. They are saying that the cabinet, even though the DA is not part of it, some political parties that are in that cabinet are still the same political parties that are funded by white monopolistic capital. They are funded by white people. And the second thing is that they were criticizing the cabinet of the ANC part, the ANC people. Not the other parties, it was just about criticizing them being funded by white people. But then the EFF was also criticizing the cabinet of the ANC leadership within that cabinet. They were saying the ANC seem to not want to get rid of old people. The cabinet is full of old people. There's no young people. There's no fresh new minds in that cabinet. It's just a reshuffle of people who have always been in positions of power. So they are saying the ANC doesn't want to get youth, doesn't want to get new people with fresh thoughts, fresh mindsets. So they don't like that old people keep on being reshuffled within positions of governance. It seems like ANC is just an old age home, like Penuel the Black Pen would say. Shout out to Penuel the Black Pen. So that's what they were saying. They were not saying they hate Panyaza. They were not saying cancel Panyaza. They were just criticizing the cabinet. They were also criticizing that wearing of the t-shirt. But they also praised and applauded his leadership. So people should not get confused because there's a lot of misinformation out there. I don't know where people get their information, but people seem to not read and think properly. The statement is there. You can go and read it. They're not saying Panyaza must go, we hate Panyaza. That's not what they said. I read the statement. Hey, I wrote, Yazin, maybe it's time I must go. You were butchering the English language of the Queen. Do you guys know this English you are speaking? Some of it is the English of the Queen. Hey. But before I go, we can't criticize English. Those people who always say, how are you speaking English? Is the language of the oppressors. You are dumb, man. Shut up. Language of the oppressors what? We need to speak English. English is the universal language. You want us to speak our home languages. Not everyone will hear us, man. We're trying to be global. We want to be known everywhere. So we have to speak English. Don't tell us, speak your mother tongue. Learn babla strong. Mtato man logon kan babla strong and kan babla maka da serious man.